Hey guys, I had a request for me to do a day in the life type vlog, and so I'm trying to remember to film myself doing that kind of thing, but it's kind of hard for me because I am not in the habit of doing that. So I just now thought about it, and I just finished eating lunch at the Taco Bell that you may or may not be able to see in the background there. And I have some time before I really need to start driving towards Ruston, which is where I go to school, which I've mentioned in a previous vlog. But and I can't film while I'm driving because I am alone. There is no one but me in this car, and so I don't have any kind of like mounted thing. So I don't know. Here I am trying to just waste some time. And I guess I'll film a little bit when I get there and maybe kind of like show the building and stuff. Tonight, I'm actually really nervous about tonight because it's finals week. But in this particular class, we took our final last week because tonight we're doing presentations on our projects that we did for the class. And I'm really nervous about it. I really don't want to go. I really do not want to do this because there was so little instruction given on what the project was supposed to look like and what the presentations are supposed to be that I'm really scared that I did it wrong. Although, how wrong can it be if you're given very little instruction on how to do it? So, and most likely it doesn't really matter, like the format or how it's done, as long as it's, what he did say, like what little instruction he gave us, as long as it fits into that, then it shouldn't be a big deal. But we'll see. This particular class I haven't been doing necessarily as well in as the other class, or any of the classes that I've been taking the last couple of years. I've been doing pretty good. I mean, last quarter I had a 4.0, I had straight A's, and I'm hoping to get an A in this class, but I know I made a B on the midterm, and I don't know yet what I made on the final. We will probably find out tonight. Let's hope he didn't lose my test like he lost the midterm test. He lost like 5 midterm tests, and mine was the only one that he never found. Luckily, he had recorded the grade, so he could tell me what grade I got. It was a B. But he never did find the actual Scantron sheet that was mine. And so let's hope that he did not lose my final. So we'll probably find out our grades for that. I'm hoping I made, at least a B, and possibly if I made a high B on this one, then maybe if I do really well on the project and the presentation, maybe I might end up getting like a low A in the class, but probably not. Like I probably have a B in the class, which kind of is upsetting to me. I have become that person that having a B is a little bit upsetting to me. That was the person I always made fun of in high school for freaking out about, having a good grade. But the fact that I want to do well. I want to do well this time around, where I didn't care before. Like when I was 18 to 22 and I was getting my first degree, I didn't care as much. I had my whole life ahead of me. I was pretty sure I knew what I wanted to do, and it had nothing to do with being educated or having a college degree. And, now I'm 36, and I'm a little bit older and wiser, and I am really, this is my second chance at doing something with myself that will, have a chance of giving me a better life, and a life away from here and all of the things that I need to get away from. So I'm really invested in having good grades and passing and being able to actually really know what I'm talking about, which is one of the reasons that I have put in to transfer to a different school in a different state, because Louisiana sucks. We really suck when it comes to a lot of things, but mostly education, because here in Louisiana, the only things that can be cut in the budget are higher education and healthcare, because that makes a lot of sense. So anyway, I've been talking for more than 5 minutes now, and the line at the drive-thru has shrunk. So I'm gonna go, and I will come back when I get to Ruston. So, bye. See you a bit. Okay, so I have made it to Ruston, and I'm sitting in the parking lot of my building, which is, hold on just a second, Woodard Hall. That's where all of my classes are, and because this is where all of the psychology education stuff, for some reason, Tech has the IO psychology program under education. I don't know why. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but that's what they do. So, but there's a whole lot that Tech does that I don't understand. Tech is just kind of crazy in that way that it just, doing anything at Tech is kind of a exercise in futility almost, because it's pulling teeth. I mean, I'm speaking in metaphors right now, but just getting in touch with my advisor. I emailed him like a week ago, and email is supposed to be the best way to get in touch with him, because the phones, they got new phones like months ago, almost a year ago, and the phones still don't work, and you can't leave a voicemail because he won't get it. So email is supposed to be the best way to get in touch with him, but I emailed him a week ago, and he still hasn't gotten back to me about a fairly important question. And that right there is Tech in a nutshell. It's, everything's broken, nothing works, and the right hand's never even met the left hand, let alone knows what it's doing. So that's yet another reason why I want to get out of here and go to a different school and in a different state. I mean, we have so many problems here. We have problems with education because there's no money. And so part of the problem is that we have schools that have no money to pay people to actually teach. And so they can't offer classes. So there's not a whole lot of classes. Like the IO program here is really only vaguely an IO program. Like they have an industrial psychology class and an organizational psychology class, but other than that, like the research methods class that I am taking, that I just finished, that I took the final for on Monday, is a general research methods class, and there were people in there from a lot of different programs. And even the org and industrial psych classes that I took, they were actually mixed classes with graduates and undergraduates, with graduates from, undergraduates from a lot of different programs. So it's like, why? I don't understand this. It doesn't seem like that's the way it should be working. Whereas the IO program at SSU, where I want to transfer, Salem State University, is much more comprehensive. There's more classes. There's more classes that are geared specifically to IO students. And like their research methods class is research methods and statistics for industrial organizational psychology. So that's better. Maybe I'll get some context for how these research methods and statistics should specifically be used by IO psychologists. And they will accept 9 credit transfer 9 credit transfer hours. They'll accept those, but I kind of feel like I don't want to transfer classes. I feel like I want to take these classes over at SSU. I feel like I should. I feel like I need to, because I feel like I'm not getting the education here that I should be getting. And that's sad, because SSU is also 10 times cheaper. Not 10 times, but it's a lot cheaper. The tuition is insanely cheap compared to here. But that's probably because they don't need the money the way that Louisiana schools do. Because SSU, I know for a fact, had a very large donation given to them by one of their very prosperous and successful graduates. So they have money coming in from other sources, whereas in Louisiana, I mean, there's not a whole lot of that going on that I know of, outside donors donating money to the universities. And that's sad. And, it's sad that the graduates and the people of Louisiana schools are giving up on their schools because the government of Louisiana has given up on our schools. I heard rumors from somebody who knows somebody who went to the legislative sessions that the legislators here in Louisiana literally don't think that the average Louisiana citizen needs higher education. Seriously, literally believes this. And, there's a part of me that feels like I'm giving up too. Like, but also, what can I do? I'm not a legislator. I'm not a politician, and I don't really want to be. And I have other reasons for needing to get out of here. I need to get out of here for many, many reasons that have nothing to do with that. So, there is a part of me that feels like I'm running away, that I'm giving up on my state, which I do love. I love Louisiana. I love being a Louisianian. I love that we have a unique culture. But I just can't stay. I can't. This has become a place that cannot support itself, and the average person is in that state where survival is what's most important, and they can't give any thought over towards making it better. I mean, there's definitely some, but it's unusual. Like when I went to the Women's March last month, and there were like almost 15,000 people there, is what I heard later. The estimate was anywhere between, not 15,000. Did I say 15,000? I meant 1,000 to 1,500. Like that was the estimate. There was 1,000 to 1,500 people there. That was shocking to me. That was shocking to the organizers of the event. They did not expect that many people there. They expected maybe like 60 people. So they were really shocked when they got way more than that. So it was shocking, but it also felt really good. It felt really, really good and very satisfying to see so many people there. And hopefully that means that things are changing. Hopefully that means that people are starting to become more involved, and that there are people who are in a place where they can think about more than just survival. And I don't blame the people who have to concentrate on survival. I don't blame them at all. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm concentrating on survival. And for me, survival means getting the hell out of here. But I am glad that there seems to be a group of people who are in a place where they can think about more than that, and can think about trying to get it out there and change things. Anyway, I'm running like 10 minutes, and this is supposed to be like it's supposed to be like a day in the life vlog, and it's started to turn into me like talking about politics in my state. So, I don't know what's going to happen. I wanted a day in the life vlog, but this was the last kind of chance for this quarter to do one, because after this, like for the next 2 weeks at least, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of anything. And whether or not I go back to classes in the next quarter, in the spring quarter, will depend on whether or not I get into SSU. Cross your fingers for me that I hear back from them soon, because it's kind of running down to the wire. That's my fault. But, so I guess this is it, and I will be back at another video, I suppose. And, check the link in the doobly-doo, or the diddly-doo, or the whatever it's called, the space down below, because I will have a link to my Patreon campaign where you can help support me and help me, live in Salem when I get there, because I am going to get there. I'm going to get there. They're going to accept me. I'm going to be accepted. It's going to happen. Not if, when. And, but you can help me live by supporting what I do. And I don't just do vlogs. I do gaming videos, and I write poems and short stories, and I do like TV and movie reviews sometimes. Not as often as I used to, but and I talk about paganism in videos and also in blogs, and I do things. I do lots of things. I do lots of things. So yeah, check the link. Bye.